Just keep letting everybody in. Keep letting everybody in, Jessica. I appreciate it. And here's what I recommend you guys do too. Anybody from your team that's not here, I would highly encourage that you make sure that they get on this training every single Monday morning, right? Some of you guys have been here for a long time. Some of the things that you're going to see here, you may already know, and that's okay, right? Training isn't something you do. Excuse me, training isn't something you did. Training should be something that you do, right? So because of that, we want to make sure that we're constantly at the training, right? So sorry, I'm multitasking, but we're ready to go. So here's a couple of things that I want to bring up that are important. Just some housekeeping rules. Not housekeeping rules, but some announcements. Number one is the Power Convention is coming up in September. I want to, in the chat, how many of you guys in the chat are already registered for the Power Convention? I want you to type a 1 in the chat or type me if you are already registered to the Power Convention. So the second question I have is, how many of you guys are registered to the Power Convention and have people from your team? Jessica, let's make sure we mute everybody and make sure, so how many of you guys are registered to the Power Convention, but also have people coming with you to the Power Convention? That's what I want to know. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is super important for you to attend. Let's see, I'm gonna check. If you're off of mute, please put yourself on mute. I hear some background noise. Alex, put yourself on mute, please. So we want to make sure that you want to make sure that you're at this convention. Okay, give me a second, guys. Damn, my voice is already feeling it. Okay, so convention. The next one is Mentor Factory Fast Approaching, July 21st and 22nd. For your tickets, go to mentorfactory2023.com. And then we have an office meeting today at 11 a.m. for those of you locals. You should, if you're local, you should be at this meeting, right? And by local means that, you're within an hour away, right? I highly, highly recommend that you attend this meeting. It's once a week at 11 a.m. There's people that drive 2 hours to get to this meeting, right? So I will be there at 11 a.m. I'm currently in my house. Luckily, my office is a couple of minutes away. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through the continuation of the training that we did last week. Now, we're not even going to be done because there's a lot of these traits that still need to happen, that we still need to teach, that today we're going to go through 7 to 10 of them, but there's about 30 of these leadership traits for direct sales. Next week, let me tell you what's happening next week. Very important. We are doing, so we're not going to do the continuation of this training next week. We're going to take a 1 week break and we'll be back the following week with the last part of this training. However, next week, we're going to be training on utility bills and utility bills only. How to read a utility bill from California, from Chicago, from Texas, from Florida, how to add up the kilowatt usage, how to figure out what they're paying on average per kilowatt hour. These are all very important things that the newest person needs to learn, okay? Because also when you're sitting down with a customer in closing, what if they think they're paying less than they're actually paying? You've got to be able to show them what it is that they're actually paying, right? You also got to be able to show them what they're paying per kilowatt hour, right? So that's what we're going to be trying on next week. So you want to mark your calendar, but here's the deal. Your calendar should already be marked. If you are a leader and you identify as a leader, that's a weird word to use these days, right? If you identify as, right? There's men and women, and that's it. So if that pisses anybody off, you can get off of this live. There's 2 genders, men and women. So if you identify as a leader, right, you want to go ahead and put in the chat right here. So if you identify as a leader, say, I am a leader in capital letters. If you identify as a leader, capital letters, I am a leader. Okay, I am a leader. Let's see. Thank you, by the way, Bill. Ramsey is declaring the things that you constantly say to yourself and you constantly believe. Put it in the chat if you're a leader. If you constantly declare yourself and you constantly believe, and what you speak about, you will bring about, you will attract. Your subconscious mind will start to attract these things into your life. I highly recommend all of you guys. I am a leader. I am a leader. I am a leader. Even myself, I'm typing in I'm a leader. That was Jessica typing it in. She is a leader. Xavier's a leader. Okay. Guess what a leader does, ladies and gentlemen? A leader leads. A leader leads by example. Today, we're talking about direct sales leadership training. You want to be a leader in your family, with your business, with your organization. Guess what? We're going to talk about some of those things. But before we get into that, I'm going to take this next minute to let you know this. All of you that are saying that you are a leader, here's what that means. I'm going to give you the test right now. You're either going to pass or you're either going to fail fast, quick, and in a hurry. You are already registered to the convention. Number one, you are already registered to the Mentor Factory. A leader doesn't wait till the last minute. A leader doesn't have, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right? A leader isn't like, oh, I'm going to wait and see. What if something comes up? What if I get invited to a barbecue? Or what if we decide to take a vacation? No. You know when you can take a vacation? On another doggone weekend. But a leader leads by example. A leader takes the initiative. A leader takes his business seriously. A leader is more serious than those that he leads. That is why you will attract people into your business. So I fully expect every single body that said that they're a leader here today, and even those that didn't, to make sure that you're registered, meaning that you bought your ticket to both of these events and you show up to these events. Somebody tells me, JC, but I can't afford to go to the event. Well, then you can't afford not to go to the event. If money is an issue, you've been working for 10, 20, 30 years, and $1,000 is an issue between, the hotel and the ticket, then whatever you've been doing up to this point hasn't been working. Therefore, you need this meeting more than anybody else. You need this meeting more than the person that could afford it better than anybody else. You need the meeting more. You need the training more. You need the convention. You need the Mentor Factory. You need those events more than anybody else. There's no excuses. So let's make it happen. Direct sales leadership training, number 11. I believe last time we left off at number 10. Number 11, you want to focus on one company. Stick to one company. Do not promote multiple deals. Makes you look bad, frankly. Okay. You see, it confuses your team. So you want to focus on one opportunity for the long haul. People that are successful in any trade, ladies and gentlemen, understand that it is for the long haul, number one. Number two, they understand it's going to be hard and there's going to be ups and downs, but they count the cost ahead of time. They count the cost. The Bible talks about counting the cost. They count the cost, meaning it's a long, hard road. This is what a leader says. I'm telling you, you're entering the mind of a leader. It's going to be a long, hard road. It's going to have ups and it's going to have downs. And it's not going to be easy. But I'm going to go consistently and persistently over an extended period of time. And I will achieve success. I guarantee you, man, I got a friend who wants me to coach him. He weighs like 335 pounds. He's a big guy, though. It's like 6'4", 6'3", but he's overweight. I said, if you listen to me for 6 months, you will be completely different, dude. You could drop like 70, 80, maybe even 100 pounds. It's not that hard if you do these things for 6 months. If you follow one course for 6 months, most of you guys don't understand. You're 90 days away from your paycheck. You're 90 days away from your big paycheck, because you can sign a contract today and get paid $1,000 or $2,000 next week. But your real check, where you're talking about big time income, is 90 days away. So focus on one company, okay, for the long haul. You want to plant your flag somewhere, write it out for the long term, through the good, through the bad. A successful direct sales leader is 100% committed to one company. Number 12, you want to attend all events. Never miss an event. Be the first to buy the ticket to the upcoming events. We talked about that. After you do that, promote these events to your team members. This is a direct sales leader. There's a difference. There's just the leader, just in general, but we're talking about a specific leader, aren't we? We're talking about the direct sales leader. This is, my teams have done a lot of sales volume, probably close to $1 billion in my career. Sales volume, not commissions. Don't mistake it. Sales volume. Okay. This is one of the biggest things that you can master. Imagine showing up to the Mentor Factory with 10 people from your team, and then showing up with another 10, 20 people to the convention. You get 10 people to the Mentor Factory, you will increase the amount of people you get to the convention. And guess what? You enter 2024 with momentum. Momentum, okay? We are in the event-driven business. The more people that you have attending these events, the more your business will grow. Successful direct sales reps master promoting events. If you don't have a team, that's okay. Guess who should be at that event? You should be at that event. Even if you don't plan on building a huge team, you should still attend these events if you want to make a six-figure income and above, right? Here's the order of events. Your local event, like an opportunity meeting, training. Power Day, we have those every couple of months. Super Saturdays, corporate conventions, Mentor Factory. The next one, a leader teaches the basic skills. They teach the skills whenever possible. Motivating your team is fine. It's also important, but it's not going to help much if your people don't have the basic skills they need to succeed. The best direct sales leaders are great teachers. What are we teaching on again next week? We're going back to the basics, how to read that utility bill. You want to know how to talk to homeowners, how to pitch, how to present, how to prospect. All of that is already done, and we consistently train it on, and it's already recorded. If you want to go to my trade academy, teamfreedomtraining.net. From basic to super advanced, there's 50 videos there in order, depending on your level, whether you're novice, intermediate, or advanced, right? But teaching the basics, people need to know the basics, right? They need to know the basics. So that is the old domain name, the Solar Heroes Training. Also, the new domain name is, hey, close this door, please. The new domain name is teamfreedomtraining.net. I get all of my new people to go through the first tier, the novice level, which is a fast start training, all those other things. So let's keep it moving. Never use hype or pressure. Okay, never use hype or pressure. Remove these two words from your vocabulary. Okay, so it's okay to be excited, but keep it contained. Hard selling makes you look bad, makes you look like you are a sleazy salesperson. Pressure annoys people and gives the entire industry a bad name. Always be a professional. This should go without saying. I'm not overhyping things. I certainly don't pressure my customers to go. I don't pressure the people on my team that want to be successful to go to the event. I don't pressure, I promote. I make it abundantly clear the importance of going, but I will tell you this. Who do I work with? Who do I answer the phone for most? Those that deserve it. Those that deserve it are actually trying. They're attending the trainings. They're consistently attending the trainings. I'll tell you who I don't support the same, because I don't have the time. You got a guy or girl that lives local to my office, 20, 30 minutes away, doesn't make it to the office meeting, but you got a guy that lives 2 hours away that makes it every single week. Obviously, that and that person, guess what? They probably show up on these 10 a.m. trainings as well. They're driving for 2 hours and they're listening to this while they're driving on their way to the office meeting, but the guy that's 20, 30 minutes away doesn't show up. Guess what? That person doesn't deserve the leader's time. They need the help because they don't promote to the system. Work with the willing. There's a couple of keys to building this business. Prospecting is everything. The fortune is in the follow-up. And number 3, work with the willing. Right? I'm talking about the team building aspect. Prospecting is everything. Got to prospect consistently. Got to follow up on these prospects. Once you get these prospects on board and on the team, you have to identify who are those people that are deserving of my time. Did they pass the training already? Today we're having a training at the office. That's why you guys got to get on here early, because I mentioned it in the announcements. 11 a.m. at the office, 2nd floor. So I'll see you guys there. Especially all of you guys last week that said that you're going to show up this week. We were too many people for the 3rd floor. That's why we're meeting in the 2nd floor training room today. So I'll see you guys there. So here's the deal. You want to work with those people that are deserving of your time. So let's keep it moving. This is a big one. No negative downline. Here's what I mean. When you are down and frustrated, you take your problems upline to your leadership. When you are happy and upbeat, mention it to your sales organization and to everybody. Never share your problems or frustrations with your team members. Why, you might ask? because they already have their own problems that they have to worry about. Okay, coasting your negativity onto them hurts it. There's people that think they're special, and I've been that person, by the way. Meaning, this install was scheduled for the 15th and it got postponed. Why did it get postponed? How dare they postpone it? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the nature of this business, not in our company, in the industry. Not only in the solar industry, but in the industry of construction. You guys realize that? We are dealing with cities. We are dealing with jurisdictions. We're dealing with permits. We're dealing with a lot of people. Things will go bad sometimes. This is where you as a leader, here's a bonus one I'm going to give you. As a leader, you have to have that emotional control and emotional intelligence. You have to know ahead of time. I'm going to give you a golden nugget. You guys have heard me say it before, but you got to hear it over and over again. We get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. We get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. So guess what? Jonathan Brunasso will not tell you, but he made over $100,000 last month. I made about half of that. I guarantee you, he has about double the problems that I have. Are you guys connecting the dots? Everybody wants to make $100,000 a month and beyond. No, well, I'll take that back. Not everybody. Most people, right? Some people are happy with making less than that, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. To me, success isn't money. To me, the number one success is my relationship with my creator. And getting my kids raised in that. That's number one and foremost for me. My kingdom is not here. I'm a Christian man. My kingdom is in heaven. And I believe everybody else's, whatever your beliefs are, I love and respect you regardless. I'm sharing a story. I'm trying to portray what success means to me. But my point is this, a lot of people, can we agree, a lot of people, what they want to do, say they want to make more money. Yes. A lot of people would love to make 100,000 in a month, but they get $3,000 level problems and they drown in a cup of water. Imagine this is coffee. Coffee's for closers. Closed a deal for Randy last week. Okay, and we're going to close about 3 deals this week. Here's what some people do when they don't have the personal development. Imagine this is a cup of water that's full. Imagine drowning in this cup. It's possible if you have enough willpower. You put your nose in there, right? Your nose and your mouth over it, and you could drown. But think about it, like how in the world somebody could drown in a cup of water? What that means is that some people let little things hold them down, get them all negative, all bent out of shape. Oh my God, I can't believe this, and blah, 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 blah. No, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? Yes, your install got delayed. Fix it. Certainly don't go complaining to sideline or downline. You got some problems, go ask your upline. Go ask a company. Figure out what needs to happen and go and get it done. But some people may look at, Charles Thompson, some of his huge checks, income weekly, and say, hey, that'd be very nice, but they don't want to handle those kind of problems. Why? We get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. If you are a leader, don't throw a pity party when shit goes bad. Excuse my language. Don't throw a pity party when things go bad. Fix it, right? This is very important. This is harsh stuff. And let me tell you something. If you are getting insulted by my level of being direct, then you're probably not a leader yet. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not the nice guy in the company. I'm the a-hole of the company to a lot of people. And that's cool. That's cool. Maybe it's my martial arts background. When I was 12 years old, my karate teacher says, quit crying. You got kicked in the ribs. Worry that shit up. You should have done more sit-ups. And then he walked away. And I'm super glad he did that, because nowadays we're raising just a bunch of soft people. I'm trying to, not get too worked up here. So anyways, I'm not going to sugarcoat things, because sugarcoating things is not going to get people what they need to level up and become that leader that they should be. The next one, have weekly meetings. Do a weekly conference call or webinar for your team, or it could be a live event. Okay, get your team together at least once a week. That's what we're doing here. That's what we do at 11 a.m. And guess what it does? It identifies your egos. Who are those people? See, I look at some of your beautiful faces here. Some of you guys, you're here consistently. Some of you guys have been here for a couple of years. Some of you guys got started a couple of weeks ago, and I notice the same faces, right? And guess what? Write this down. If you stick and stay, you'll get your pay. Okay, so at least once a week. This is powerful and effective. Keep your meetings to about an hour or less. Ain't that what we do, guys? We keep them to about an hour or less, right? So we're not asking for a lot of you. We're not keeping you here for a whole lot of hours. And do some recognition, product training, business training. We do all of that. Start with the end in mind, have an agenda, and follow it. Okay. Some of you guys are going to eventually build your own organization. And guess what? You're going to be doing some of those things with your organization. Some of you guys already are. I was talking to Xavier last week. We have a Friday recruiting accountability Zoom. He was talking about, hey, I'm thinking of starting my own Zoom with about 7 of my guys. I said, I think that's a good idea. Now you start going from one level of leadership to another level of leadership. And let me tell you something. Every level has a new devil, meaning there's challenges, but guess what? There's bigger rewards as well, right? But when you're new, focus on getting your first sale, getting your first bill, then getting your first sale. Then you get a second sale while you're building your team. And you got it going. You got it going. Because think about this. What if it took you 5 years to figure this thing out? What if it took you 5 years? And by the way, the number I'm going to give you is like something that you can do a lot faster. Some of you guys, 5 years from now, it's going to take you 5 years to make a comfortable 6-figure income without between mentor sales, personal sales, overrides, 5 years. Some people may think that's a long time. It's really not. 5 years is not a long time. Some of you guys are off to a slow start. Some of you guys, your first year, guess what it's going to be? Your first year, it's going to be the dress rehearsal. You're just figuring this thing out. But then it starts to go up like a hockey stick. Then year 2, boom. Now you start to year 2. Maybe you make one sale year 1 and you make, 25,000 year 2. You're not crushing it. You're not blowing it out of the park, but you're growing. And you're consistently growing. Right? There's some people that come off the blocks fast. It's kind of like the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? I think it is, right? Where the hare comes out super fast, but it's not consistent. That's why the tortoise ends up winning, because the tortoise is consistent, right? So I would encourage you guys, have that long-term vision. All right, let's keep going. Number 17, be a servant leader. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. Focus on helping others get what they want. Take your eyes off of yourself, put others' needs first. As you do that, your business will grow. Plus, you will sleep at night knowing that you treated others well. The best direct sales leaders realize their power and position as an opportunity to serve others. They work for their people rather than thinking they should be worshipped or held high on a pedestal. That's exactly right. How many people you help in this business? There's a great quote by Zig Ziglar. He says, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. If you help homeowners get what they want, which is what? Increase value of their property, save money, have energy independence. If you master doing that, you make some big commission, tell you. What if you train other people to serve other people? Train other people to serve other people. Now you're serving more people with the same amount of hours because you got a team doing it, but now you're also getting paid an override because you're teaching others. So if you help enough people get what they want, you can have all the things that you want. Then you have, some of you guys are 2 years away, 1 year away, 3 years away, 5 years away from having $10,000 weeks, and you didn't sell solar. Imagine making 10 grand in a week off of pure overrides. I got to tell you, man, those Fridays are amazing. Now, what if you actually sell solar? But most people will not give it the time and dedication to get there. I heard a podcast the other day. I'm a fan of about 80% of what Andrew Tate says. 20% I don't agree with at all. 80% I agree with. What some guy asked him, he says, he says, Andrew, how do you get a 6-pack fast? Andrew says, why do you got to get it fast? Why has it got to be easy? If it was easy, everybody would have a six-pack, therefore it wouldn't have value. You should be looking forward to it being hard, because by you achieving it, that means people will recognize that, guess what, it was hard. You went through something tough that most people are not willing to do. Same thing with success in this business. Growing a team of 100 active people in this business, let me tell you something. You grow a team of 100 active people in this business that are at the very least going out there daily, trying to get some sales, some business, you will make a great income. That's why I love ranks. I wish we had ranks as a company, because ranks let you know how many people others have helped. Not only sales volume, but how many people they've helped, right? Why has it got to be easy? Becoming a six-figure earner, you become a six-figure earner here. People know, oh, this guy or this girl, this woman, this man, they put in the work. You should embrace the suck, embrace the tough times, embrace a rejection. Because when you get through on the other side, people will recognize, nah, in order to get that, man, I'm so proud that my team 2 months ago did 420 sales in a month. Last week alone, my team had about 33 installs, to be exact. 33 installs last week. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. We're averaging about 100 installs per month right now, my team. Right? That's pretty damn amazing. And 420, not 240, Calvin, 420 the month of March. 420 sales that particular month. That's not easy. But let me tell you something that I've been doing. I have been consistent since day one, working. Now, the last year and a half, I work about 4 days a week. The next 4 weeks, I'm going to work 5 days a week, because the Sabbath falls on Saturday for the next 4 weeks. By the way, Jessica, you always ask me that question. There's your answer. You too, Louis. When the Sabbath falls during the week, and if anybody wants to know why I believe it falls that way, ask me privately and I'll tell you. So like, for example, the last 4 weeks, it fell on Thursday. Me and anybody that works for me does not work on Thursday. We're off completely, right? So I've worked for the last year and a half about 4 days per week, okay? But these Monday meetings happen every single Monday since I started them 2.5 years ago. And if the Sabbath falls on Mondays, you'll notice 4 people replace me Mondays, 4 weeks in a row, right? But my point is this. I know that I'm going to go into every day, and there's going to be an average of about 7 people on my team that I'm going to help. Maybe doing a change order, selling a deal, working with the project managers and fixing the deal. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to help an average of about 7 people daily. In addition to my prospecting, my follow-ups, my recruiting. And when I go to sleep at the end of the day, there's a couple of questions that I always ask, and I've told you guys a lot of times. If my team did what I did today, how much money would we make? If my team did today what I did, because I'm a leader. See, this is a leadership training. If your team did what you did Friday, ask yourself that question. I want you, matter of fact, I'm not even going to move to the next one until I get 20 people on here that reply to this message. If your team did what you did last Friday, would you guys make more money? I just want a simple yes or a simple no. Don't BS me and participate. If your team did what you did Friday, would you all be on the road to make more money? Yes or no? Be honest. Don't lie. If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. Let's hear it. A lot of yeses so far. Love it. I appreciate it, Dave. The honesty. Xavier. Awesome. Let's go. That's about 6 people. I want 20 people before we move on to the next. Heidi says yes. Good. Good, Jeremy. I love it. If you guys want to type in what you did on Friday, by all means, type it in and I'll read your comment. Daniel says yes as well. Manuel says yes. Think of that question. Let's go. We need about another 9 people. 11 people have answered so far. Who's being shy? Johnny says yes. Maybe the people that are not saying anything is because the answer is no. You're going to get put on the spot right here. We're not here. Hit 40 doors. I love it. recruited a new consultant, Bill. Good job, Bill. I love that. Prospecting. If your team did what you did Friday, how much money would you make? I love it. Edward said no. Hey, fair enough, Edward. But think about how important of a question that is. Okay. All right, we're going to move on. If your team did what you did today or yesterday, how much money would you make? Would you buy from you or follow you? I want you guys to answer that question. Honesty. Would you be your own customer, or would you be a new recruit under your team? Would you? Yes or no? Yes or no answers. Xavier says yes. Okay, great. That is the answer. If my team did what I did that weekend, okay? If it, would you want to be led by you? Isabel says, if my team did what I did this weekend, it'd be a yes. Okay, fair enough. Good job, Isabel. I know that you had an event this weekend. Awesome. And then last question is, do I deserve to sleep tonight? Because of my efforts throughout the day, do I deserve this comfortable bed? Even if you sleep on the doggone floor. So some of you, here's the deal. My brother remembers, in 2009, I moved back into my mom's house, okay, and I slept on her couch or an inflatable bed or the floor, but I was building my business. I was on my way to be a big leader in the industry, and I was grateful I had a roof over my head. At least I had a roof over my head and my family was good. All right, let's keep moving. Number 18, improve your skills daily. Direct sales leaders work on their leadership skills every single day by reading books, listening to audios and podcasts, attending seminars, attending masterminds, and spending time with other leaders. The more skills you develop, the more value you bring to the marketplace. So I'll stop it right there. The more skills you develop, the more value you bring to the marketplace. I'm going to share some Jim Rohn classic leadership videos, and I recommend you guys watch them. Jim Rohn says, we get paid based on the value that we bring to the marketplace. Think about it. How much skill do you bring? How much? Oh, I got 20 years of experience. I don't care if you got 20 years of experience in the field. If you bring less value to the marketplace, you got 20 years of experience, but the 20-year-old will make more money than you if he brings more value to the marketplace. A lot of people have it wrong. They think, oh, because of my seniority, I deserve more money. Bullshit. You don't deserve more money because of seniority. You deserve more money if you bring more value, if you help more people. Then they'll open up their wallets. Companies and customers will open up their wallets and pay you more money. In order to attract other leaders into your business, and how many of us want to attract leaders into our business? Of course, right? You must first become a leader yourself. Remember, skills pay the bills. You got to become a leader yourself. You want to attract leaders? Become the leader. You want to attract winners? Become the winner. You've got to be what you want to attract. Let's go. Number 19. We're wrapping up here. Associate with other leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, do lions hang out with lions? They sure do. The problem is that some of you guys have been associating with a bunch of people that are negative, that don't have goals in life, that don't have discipline in life. Let's face it, I've done that too. We've all done that. How many guys, Latino people, heard this before? I want you guys to finish this in the sentence, in the chat. Dime con quién te juntas y te digo, finish it in the chat. Dime con quién te juntas y te digo quién. That's right. ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? That translates to, I'm going to say a different one in English. Finish this, you English-speaking people. Birds of a feather, what? Birds of a feather, what? Flock together. My God. Your parents told you those, didn't they? Your parents need some stuff. Birds of a feather flock together. Leaders hang out with other leaders. Isn't that interesting? Successful direct sales leaders understand the power of association, the power of proximity. Find 3 to 5 successful leaders that you admire and respect and form a mastermind alliance with them. Look for people with complementary skills to encourage you to grow. We are who we associate with, and the books we read and the people we spend time with will ultimately determine where we end up in life. Woof. Damn. I guarantee you, watch. Imagine you hang out for 10 years with your most negative friend that is out of shape and no discipline for 10 years. What do you think the likelihood of you ending up like that is? A high likelihood. But what if you listen, I'm gonna talk to men real quick because I'm a man. I could relate with men. I don't pretend to know what's up with certain things about women, right? Even though I know a lot about women, I live with one. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. Here's the deal. When it comes to men, let's say you take a man who is 40 years old. I'm 40 years old, right? I know I look 39, right? I'm 40 years old, right? And I'm about 5'11", weigh about 205 pounds, which I'm about 15 pounds heavier than I would like to be. But if I go out there 6 days a week and I hang out at the kickboxing gym where I kickbox for many, many years, almost 15 years, 6 days a week with the men there that are in great shape, that have high testosterone levels, that are high discipline, I guarantee you, you put me there for 90 days, I will come out of that gym with more definitions than a dictionary. I'll come out of there stacked. I'll come out of there jacked. Why? Because of association. The Monday meetings are a form of association. The Tuesday trainings are a form of association. The 11 a.m. trainings, meeting at my office, is a form of association. And when you step up the Mentor Factory, that is a weekend of association with leaders and like-minded people that are on their way to become leaders. Do you guys follow what I'm telling you? And the thing is that in this business, we get paid to tell you and teach you what works. It doesn't pay us to keep things from you. See, if this was corporate America, nothing against corporate America, but I'm just doing the difference. Ramsey mentions Mentor Factory changes mindset. Thank you, brother. He was the first one that bought the first ticket, the first Mentor Factory, and I think to year 2 as well. So check this out. Okay. I lost my train of thought. I kind of went off, but I'll get back to it. But very important, association, right? So you want to make sure that you associate with leaders. Let's keep it going. Last one before we finish this off. Work on your people skills. Great direct sales leaders. This should say direct sales. Let me edit this right now. Great direct sales leaders know how to get along with different types of people. They work on their people skills daily. They read books such as How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which, by the way, somebody corrected me last week, which you were correct. I think it was Bill. I confused Dale Carnegie with Andrew Carnegie. But anyways, this is one of the best books on leadership and dealing with people. It's a book that I shared with you. It's up there. Okay. It's a book that I shared with you last week. Learning how to deal with other people. You want to become a people magnet. The easiest way to do this is to take your eyes off yourself and to show a genuine, keyword, genuine interest in other people. And here's another, a little tip that I'll give you on this. Showing a genuine interest. Let's talk about your customers. Showing a genuine interest in other people, in your customer. It is very hard to show a customer a genuine interest, meaning, for example, Mr. Customer, we're going to show you the way solar works, and we're going to see if solar is a good fit for you. Now, check this out. If I genuinely want to show my customer that if solar is a good fit for them, and if I have a pipeline of prospects and sales, I will not have commission breath when I'm talking to my new customer. But if I got no prospects and I've got no sales, I am not going to be very genuine with the customer, because guess what's going to be at the forefront of my mind? Dollar signs. I got to pay the bills. But see, a lot of people have been in the business for a year or 2 years, and they're still in that place. You know why? You can't be 100% genuine with the customer because you haven't paid the price of consistency and discipline. I just gave you a golden nugget. If you pay the price of consistency and discipline, you will have more prospects in the pipeline, more deals in the pipeline, more money in the bank account. So when you sit down with the customer, you can be more genuine, and you've got no commission break. Therefore, your percentage of closing the sale increases drastically. But some people have a negative bank account because they have negative work ethic and negative discipline. When you figure this out and you become the leader that you need to become to make the money, everything becomes easier. Don't let that person in, Jessica, that just came in, because they got a Bitcoin address as their name. So that's probably not a genuine person. So to close this off, remember this. If it was possible to achieve the things that you wanted, being the person that you already are, you would have already had it. You would have already accomplished it. If it was possible to have the things you wanted, being the person you are, if that was possible, you would have already had them. Therefore, it is not possible. Therefore, you must become more to attract more. The same version that was broke, busted, and disgusted, you know what I mean? At home without a job, without trying, without discipline, is not the same version of you that makes $1 million a year. You got to close that gap. And here's what's going to happen. Some of you guys are going to start making a lot of money or more money before, and guess what you're going to start doing? You're going to start spending it. Soon as it comes back, you're spending it. I would encourage you to be smart with your money. But if you do not do the personal development that teaches you, because there's a lot of things that you can learn, right? Like, for example, how to manage your money. My income has gone like this. My expenses have gone like this. My income went like this. My expenses went like this. A tiny bit. Why? Because I've made the $1 million a year and then lost it. I've been a millionaire, lost it, been a millionaire, lost it. I said, this time I'm not losing it. Right? I wouldn't, but guess what? If you don't do the personal development, it is fairly easy, especially in this industry in this time, to make a lot of money. But to keep it and to continue to do it is hard. And it will be extremely hard if you don't grow as a person. Some of you guys are confused. You think you don't need personal development because you're making money. That is, dude, you're making a mistake. Grow as a person. If your income grows and your personal growth doesn't grow, you will lose money. You will make a lot of mistakes. You will let it get to your head, and it will be all bad. Seldomly, though, will your income exceed your personal growth. Seldom will your income exceed your personal development. I love you guys. I hope you guys got some value from this. I'm going to do more. How many of you guys like these kind of trainings? So these are more high-level trainings, but you gotta, as a leader, you gotta develop people. It's like you take their brain and you massage their brain and you give them, I mean, in my career, I'm 40 years old. In my career, network marketing career, from the age of 28 to 34, I made about $8-9 million bucks. So I'm not breaking any records, but I'm just giving you an example of why I'm saying what I'm saying. So all the technical stuff is great, but this was personal development, leadership skills mixed in with a lot of personal development. If you are able to get your mind right, you will go get the skills that you need to go out there and apply it. But here's a real philosophy of mine, and I've said it on my podcast episode a lot of times. Here's one that it is, I don't use people to build my business. We all have our own power business. I don't use people to build my business. I use my business to build people. That's why we do these trainings. We have the training academy. We have the mentor factory. I'm coming out with topmentoracademy.com. That's available for pre-sales. Go to topmentoracademy.com. I take off the gloves and show you everything I did to become top mentor 2 years in a row. I don't really promote it too much. It's for pre-sale right now. It's going to be available in about 2 months. By Mentor Factory to be available. I just started recording last week. But my point is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to work on yourself. And if you increase that personal development, you will increase your bank account. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you. I got to get going because I got to be in the office in 5 minutes. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.
Killed it, brother. Thank you, JC.